Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, I haven't been following the spoilers too much lately. I actually might have a slight interest in watching this new season of The Walking Dead Season 9 that's coming in a few months. I want to watch it spoiler-free, at least for the most part. I mean, I know that it's sort of a public thing that Rick and Maggie are supposedly leaving. This will supposedly officially be their last season. That does not necessarily mean that either character dies, but it's The Walking Dead and they're leaving, and I can't imagine anything that would take Maggie and Rick out of the show without them dying. I don't see them just getting captured and it being some sort of lame cliffhanger and we're supposed to forget about it for how many seasons later. I mean, that does not make any sense. You can't just have them get taken by a group. You can't do what you did to Beth, because Maggie is not Beth. Rick is not Beth. You can't just have them get taken and just get taken out of the story for a little while. The only way to have the actors leave the show is by killing their characters. I mean, I guess you could have some sort of crazy thing where Rick goes on his own or Maggie goes on her own, but it would not make any sense. It would be out of character. I believe there is nothing in the world that would make Maggie leave her child, leave her friends. We know that Maggie has her child because we saw the kid in the trailer. So Maggie leaving for some reason, I just don't see it. I think she has to get killed if she's not going to be on the show anymore. Same goes for Rick. With Rick, I think it's even worse because he's the main character. You really can't have him just disappear and not be in the story anymore, but still be alive, still be out there. I really don't think that can be done. If they do it, I mean, they can technically do it. They can have Rick and Maggie just jump out of their beds and be like, I want to leave, and leave these communities and just go off and never be seen again. You can have that happen. You can film the actors saying those lines. You can write that in the script, but it would be terrible. It would be terrible. It would destroy their characters. It would probably destroy the show, having that sort of thing happen. So like I said, the only way I could see the actors literally not being on the show anymore is if their characters die, especially Rick. Now, like I said, I don't know too much about spoilers or spoiler leaks or who's dying or when. I want this channel to be a spoiler-free channel. If there's something in the trailer that's like a clue that means that this could happen or that could happen, that's different because that's in the trailer. That's an officially released things. That's an officially released sort of thing, and that can be analyzed and everything. But I want to keep this channel spoiler-free. So, given that, how do I honestly feel about Rick dying this season? Just ignoring all of the leaks or whatever, all of the who was seen on set, all of this rumor and that rumor, just ignoring all of that, just ignoring what's been officially released to us by AMC. Going off of that, and that includes the trailer, the trailers, the new set photos, the new pictures that were released, the teaser pictures, the announcements that Andrew Lincoln and Lauren Cohan are leaving the show, that's official, that the actors have not denied that. Going off of all of that, do I think this will be Rick and Maggie's last season? Do I think either of them will die? I mean, especially Rick, because I know Maggie's a long-time character, but I think Rick really is the big one. And I feel like that would be a little more difficult to work with. Lauren Cohan might be easier to give her a smaller role, or to just divide up her appearances more. I mean, if she's leaving the show, I don't know. They said it's open-ended. With Lauren Cohan, they said it's open-ended. So I don't even know what that means. I mean, are you going to have someone point a gun at Maggie, and then the screen goes black and you hear a gunshot, and then she's never seen again for several years? I mean, what does an open ending mean for Maggie Rhee? I mean, what would that be? So I don't know. For Rick, yeah, they'd have to kill him. They'd have to kill him. They can't. You can't do that to Rick fucking Grimes. I mean, you really do have to kill him. if the actor does not want to be involved with the project anymore, and his reasons that he's, officially given are understandable, that he has been away from his family for 9 years and wants to go back to them. His kids are growing, I can understand that. I'm sure the decline in quality of the show and Carl leaving, that we know that Andrew Lincoln was not happy about that. I'm sure those things have nothing to do with it, but they really do have to kill Rick. So if this is Rick's last season, now I don't necessarily know that Rick is going to die in season 9, because we don't necessarily know that this actually is Andrew Lincoln's last season. This could be a troll from AMC, from the writers, from the actor. I mean, just thinking of back in season 8, when Andrew Lincoln was being interviewed, he seemed really energetic. He seemed pissed about Carl's death, but he didn't seem like he was going to leave the show. He said that when Scott Gimple first called him about Carl's death, Scott Gimple said something like, "You're not going to like this one, Andrew." And Andrew said, "I thought he was going to say me." But of course he said Carl. So, I mean, does that sound like a guy who's getting ready to give up and leave the show? To me, that sounds like a guy that's scared shitless of getting killed off right now, because he's got all this comic material that needs to be adapted. So, it seemed like Andrew Lincoln back in season 8, back in his interviews, back in the Comic-Con, he seemed really energetic. He seemed like he was not about to leave, or he was not getting sick of being away from his family. I don't know. So it's possible that this entire thing was just devised by everyone, Scott Gimple, Kirkman, Angela King, the actors, AMC. All of these people are officially releasing this troll lie that Andrew Lincoln is leaving, and this will be Rick's last season, because of all the times that spoilers got leaked, like Glenn and Abraham dying. Pretty much everyone that has died on the show for the last several years, people were able to find out ahead of time. If they went to the right websites, or read certain YouTube comments, or just found the right corners of the internet, they would find out who dies days ahead of the episodes being released. So maybe this is their way of getting back at us for doing that, for people finding out spoilers and sharing spoilers all these years. This is a big change where they're like, "Oh yeah, this is Rick's last season," and then everyone involved pretends like it's true, and no one gives it away that the actors, Rick or Maggie, that they're actually staying and they aren't actually leaving. That could be possible. That could be just a real troll. I don't know if that's even something that you can do, if that's something that's possible. I don't know. Maybe Andrew Lincoln changed his mind. Maybe this was going to happen, but they changed their minds. I don't know. I guess it's possible that it could be bullshit. It could be a troll. I don't know. I think that Rick really is going to die. I think that this is really going to be Rick's last season, Andrew Lincoln's last season. I don't know about Maggie. If they're saying it's going to be open-ended, fine. Whatever. Let's just give it a chance. Let's just give it a chance. It's going to be filmed the way it's going to be filmed, no matter what we think, no matter what we say. So I say when the first half of the season premieres, and it's going to be 8 weeks straight. It's going to be 2 months. In 2 months' time, we're going to have episode 1 through episode 8 of season 9. So let's spend those 8 weeks watching the episodes, giving them a chance, giving Angela King's new position a chance, giving what they're doing a chance, giving the time skip a chance, the Whisperers, Magna, everything, and what they do with Rick and Maggie. But if neither of them die in the first 8 episodes, then I'd say we're good. Didn't they announce that Rick and Maggie would only be in like 5 or 6 episodes? So if they both lived through the first 8, I'd say, yeah, they might be lying to us about this stuff. Rick and Maggie might be living. The actors might be just agreeing to this big grand scheme, this big lie to sort of troll all the people that keep looking for spoilers. and the people that keep releasing spoilers, it's possible. From a story perspective, Rick and Maggie should not be dying. If you read the comics, and both of their characters are still alive to this day, for them to catch up to where they're on in the comics, it would take seasons. At least I'd say the comics are probably on where they should be in like season 11 at the beginning, early on. But still, that's multiple seasons away, and Rick and Maggie are still alive. They're still very core parts of the story, and I don't like this whole thing about Angela Kang saying that's just going to get divided up. I mean, yeah, you did that with Andrea, but that was still kind of shitty. And this is not a character that's on their third season. This is Rick and Maggie. It might be a little more controversial and difficult to take those characters and divide their comic story arcs in the future to Daryl and Rosita and Tara, and I mean Carl's dead. I guess Carol, Morgan. I don't know what they're doing with Morgan, Aaron, Enid. I mean, you're gonna have those characters divide up Rick and Maggie's comic storylines. That just does not sound right to me. That sounds lame as shit. I like those characters. I want to see what they do with those characters for the next few years, whether they die or whatever. But I don't want to see anyone doing what Rick does in this part, doing what Maggie does in this part, doing what Rick does in this part, doing what Maggie does in this part. That just seems lame. With Andrea, it barely worked, because really, with Andrea, if you watch the first two seasons, and then you watch season 3, and then she gets killed, it's just really a mess. And she had a big part in the comics. Taking Rick and Maggie out of the show, it takes that problem that they were just barely fixing with Andrea, and it makes it 10 times worse. So I don't want to see that happen. If the actors have to leave, fine. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I want to give it a fair chance, but honestly, I think we should just go by what they say. If they say that this is Andrew Lincoln's last season, Lauren Cohan's last season, fine, whatever. You know, okay, let's watch it play out. But it's possible that maybe it's bullshit. Maybe Rick and Maggie are both staying on the show. I mean, they really need to after Carl getting killed. I mean, geez. Maybe they will stay on the show. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to watch spoilers. I just want to. I want to give. I mean, this is kind of going to be a soft reboot of the show, maybe. Maybe. I mean, I've had problems with Scott Gimble's direction for multiple years at this point, and I look forward to seeing it done differently. I really do want to give, even if the worst happens and Rick and Maggie die, I want to give this reboot of the show a chance. It could be beautifully handling a shitty situation. I don't know. It could be the final nail in the coffin for the franchise. A franchise that people are starting to lose interest in. I don't know. I just want, all I can tell you and all I can do for myself is give it a fair chance. Give it a fair chance. Just see what happens. Do I think Rick and Maggie will die? I mean, yes. If the actors are leaving, then yes, they're dying. Maybe not with Maggie, but that's. I think if the actors want to go, just kill their characters. Don't do some cliffhangery. They walk off into the sunset or whatever. They just disappear. They get captured. Don't do that crap. Just kill them, for Christ's sake. Just don't make it worse than it already is. Just kill their characters and be done with it. Be done with it. If they're not going to be in the show, just kill them off and give the audience that finality. At least, because you don't want them spending 20 episodes saying, where is Rick? Where is Maggie? Where is Rick? Where is Maggie? You can't just have them disappear. You gotta just kill them. So, apparently, officially, this will be their last season. I am going to go by the official information that AMC and the actors and writers give me. And that is that this will be their last season. And with Maggie, it might be open-ended. That's the official information, so I'm just going to go by that. Maggie is possibly dying, probably dying, Rick is definitely dying. Now, I am going to leave the door open for this to be false and for Rick and Maggie to both be staying on the show. It makes sense story-wise. It makes sense for the direction that Season 8 started, which was Maggie being seriously pissed off at Rick. I don't want to see that story and that character development that's being hinted at just be handled and done and finished in 5 or 6 episodes and have them die. I mean, I think if you go by what the finale of Season 8 set up, then Rick and Maggie should stay alive for a long time, multiple years. If you go by the comics, they should stay alive for a long time, multiple years. So, I don't know. I'm going to go by they're going to die, but maybe it's bullshit, and just see what happens. But I am going to give it a fair chance. If it was just Scott Gimple doing his same bullshit, I would not. But they keep saying that this is a fresh start, and that with Angela Kang, that Walking Dead will be a really awesome show again, which it has not been for, I'd say, at least the past 2 years. Or it could be just as shitty, if not more shitty, than the worst episodes of the show, and it's just the final nail in the coffin. But I want to give it a fair chance, and right now I think Rick and Maggie will die because the actors are leaving. That's what I'm being told. That's what we're being told officially. Let's go by that. Rick and Maggie are going to die. I mean, accept it for the most part. Maybe 90% accept it, then hold on to that 10% of hope that it's not going to be happening, that Rick and Maggie will survive and stay on the show as main characters, because that's what they have to be, if not dead. Just saying. So, yeah, I mean, if they're telling us that they're going to die, fine, they're going to die, but maybe not, you know. Maybe there's just that little bit of hope, and just hold on to that. Just hold on to hope, and who knows? Maybe it'll be a really good season no matter what happens. But, yeah. Anyway, that's all I have to say about it. Don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, or I'm about to. I've been kind of off that for a while, but I'm getting back into that. But actions speak louder than words, so I'm just going to start making videos again and putting them out. But yes, we are at 141 subscribers right now. Please hit that subscribe button if you have not already. I try to make pretty detailed videos about the Walking Dead related topics. I'm also about to start doing some gaming videos. Let me know if there's something in particular you would like to see. Anyway, with that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.